average week was about 72 hours, Monday to Saturday, 12-hour days, and I generally get about $400 to $500 in my pocket personally.
I definitely have been putting in between 80 to 120 hours a week, and after everything had been put through, I walked away with $29,000 on my 2015 tax return.
The first person that really raised red flags to me was my tax agent. I did my tax return after 7 months of working at Appco, and after 7 months I'd earned $1,400 after expenses.
Every second week usually we'd go on a road trip, and then you'd have to pay for fuel, you'd have to pay for your groceries. Every week $70 came out for accommodation, and so we were all told that just keep your receipts, you'll get reimbursed.
I was actually promised and told not to actually do my taxes because I'd have a specialist Appco accountant who knew how to handle what I'd been doing, and I didn't receive that.
There was one time when we were in Port Macquarie, we were staying just past it in Lake Cat, and the accommodation was booked for 4 people, but there were 8 of us going. So we had a guy sleeping on one of the couches, one guy sleeping on the floor, 2 guys in the bed, and then 4 of us in single beds.
The business had its own language, smash the gong, ring the bell, neg heads, things like that. You didn't want to be called a neg head at all.
When people left, you would say, Sonia who? And then they go, Sonia nobody. And I knew I didn't want to be Sonia nobody. And that's sort of why I stayed, because no one wants to be nobody.
What would happen is if you earned $450 or between $450 and $500, that was considered a failure, right? So what would happen is you'd walk into the morning meeting the next morning at Appco in front of 60 people, including the other teams and the other officers in there as well. They'd make you stand in the middle of a circle and put a chicken head on, and then they'd make you dance to the chicken song for about 20 seconds in front of 60 of your peers.
I kind of felt like I was owned by someone, and I guess you could say I was sort of in a cage when I was at work.
I lost a relationship because of it. I lost a lot of friends, and I know that I've definitely treated people the wrong way because it was encouraged.
Had about 10 grand saved up before I started with Appco, and afterwards I think I had about $400 left.
At the end of the day, it's just pain. It's just pain. You're going to stand out there, you're going to be mentally taken advantage of, you're going to be physically taken advantage of. There's going to be days where you stand in the rain for 8-9 hours with wind where no one stops, where you make $6 a day for 8 hours work. I haven't been to many workplaces where people spend more on lunch than they do or that they make in the day, so.